NPH. Leaders in Canadian basketball.
This is Tariq Sbiet of NPH, NorthPoleHoops.com, and joining with me is Rowan Barrett of Canada Basketball and is the new Director of Youth Player Development. Rowan, we've spoken about a lot of different topics within your role with Canada Basketball. Can you touch on the four major priorities on your list and on your agenda for Canada Basketball?
Well, there's basically kind of four things, like you said, that we're doing, and the first would be talent identification, really needing to know who the players are, where they are. We don't want to be surprised. We don't want to hear after the teams have been chosen, that there was players that were missed. So as a result, we need to get out there into the communities and find these players. And we need to start sometimes as low as grade, or in grade school, down to even 11 years old. Finding out who they are and then possibly helping their coaches that might need developmental techniques. I mean, if you have a kid that's 12 years old and he's 6'3" or 6'4", you might not know what to do with him. We need to be able to help you to help the child and really aid in their development. Which leads us into kind of the second part of the role, which is this targeted athlete strategy, TAS. And what we do within that is we kind of find different services that the kids might need. Some kids need different services, but however, generally they all kind of need skill development, group skill development, together within a team kind of perspective where you're looking at decision making, not just how to dribble and how to shoot, but what do you do with the ball when you get it? When's the right time? What's the right action? What's the right moment? All those kinds of things. And then you have a physical development, component to it. You have media training. For some of the kids, there's tutoring. So all the types of services that kids need to grow and understand the environment that they're getting themselves into, that they're already in and that they're trying to get themselves into. And then, the community building, would be another part of it, is making sure that, though we are the governing body for basketball in Canada, that we're not too far away from our communities, that we're not able to leverage the special skills and abilities that are within our communities. That is very much a part of the basketball mosaic, and it must be represented if we're to put our best foot forward internationally. And then the last part is really just team selection. Is really, I'm going to go out and find the players. We're going to do that, but when they come in, we need to kind of understand who's being picked, why, what are the reasons. And in order to do that, we've needed to be out in the community, seeing them play, understanding what they do, knowing the statistics, knowing the awards, knowing all the things that are happening. And if we have been cultivating them all along, it won't be a surprise. So when it comes to team selection, also weighing in on that, I don't make the decisions for the team. We have coaches for that, but I will be aiding in the decision making.
Now, one of the first ones you touched on was talent identification. Now, when we, NPH representatives go out and see different players, watch different players, we watch it from a media perspective. Now, it might be a little bit different from what you do. Yeah. So for all the players watching out there that want to know how to, impress coaches and guys like Rowan, what can you say to players? What are you looking for in a player when you go walk into the gym and you want to watch this player perform?
I mean, I think there's, to be real, I think there's some natural things, in terms of, basketball. I mean, the closer you are to the basket, the higher the percentage chance you can put it in. So clearly we're looking for kids that are, have some height, have some length, maybe some athleticism, but and that would be kind of the baseline. But moreover, we're looking for the character pieces. I want to see how hard a kid plays. I want to see how consistently hard they play. I want to see, do they make basketball plays? Or are they thinking about themselves? I want to see, is this kid a good teammate? I want to see what kind of attitude do they have. Are they coachable? these are very, very basic things. These are more behavioral type things, and the feeling really is that we can teach you the technical things. We can teach you technical skills, and we can look over videotapes all the time and help you and all that. But the behavioral piece, it's no different than you're working somewhere. A guy keeps coming late to work, right? Like, what can you do for a guy that keeps coming late to work? It's telling you volumes about the person, and you're thinking, well, are you really going to be able to help us here? I think it's really much the same on the court in terms of their behaviors, what they're exhibiting, and we're looking for that. We want good teammates, because when you're locked in battle and it's the 6th game in 7 days, and you're tired and you traveled, you're in Europe now, and you guys are tired of looking at each other, and you got to go out and play this game the next day. We need guys with good attitudes that think about the team and think about others before themselves, really, to be successful.
Now, you're a former player. You have vast experience both internationally and to some degree with the NBA.
Yes.
Now, I feel that that's one of the reasons. That's exactly one of the reasons that Canada Basketball brought you in, because you have that vast experience. Now, from your perspective, what do you think you bring to the table in terms of experience, and how does that be integrated when dealing with players?
Very good question. I think that you're right. I think it is a key part to me being in the role. I think, one, it's style of game. They advocate another way as well. So it's really hard to know. You're kind of sparring with shadows.
NPH. Leaders in Canadian basketball.